Hey folks, we're at the AMC Highland Center here in New Hampshire near Crawford Notch, and tomorrow morning we're going to start the Presidential Traverse. Hey my beautiful wife.
It feels good to put your feet up there.
Guys, we just finished the Presidential Range here in New Hampshire in the White Mountains. And we're cleaned up. We're in the lodge, Joe Dodge Lodge here in Pinkham Notch, and we're gonna tell you our story. Here's the deal. It was really windy up there. It was really hard to film. I couldn't do a lot of the same kind of stuff I was normally gonna do, so I thought we'd sit here, tell you our story, and then I'd put some video in with the story. Get a fluffy pillow first. Okay, that's better. I think we need some beverages.
I think so too.
Would you like a beer?
Yes, please.
And you picked out, because we're here in the United States, you picked out a Mexican-made Corona.
I did.
Good for you. Good for you. Canada's at war, trade war with the U.S., so we probably shouldn't be buying good American beer, but you know what? I did. There was some very good Canadian selections in the Irving down in Gorham, but I decided to pick up a Sam Adams. This is a summer ale, crisp wheat ale with citrus. For you, that's perfect for ending a hike. Cheers.
Cheers.
Very good trip. All right, so how do we start this trip? So let's start at the beginning.
We got a shuttle, right? We arrived here.
So we parked our vehicle. Let me show you folks at home the route we took, and then this will make more sense. So we drove down to Pinkham Notch where we left a vehicle, and we got a shuttle over to the AMC Highland Center where we spent our first night. The next day we got a shuttle down to the trailhead at 3:02 and hiked up to Mishpahat. The next day we hiked up to Lake of the Clouds, then Madison Spring Hut, then back to our vehicle at Pinkham Notch. Okay, you're back. So we left a vehicle here in Pinkham Notch, and we got a shuttle over to the other end at the Highland Center, the AMC Highland Center, and we stayed there our first night. Beautiful place. What did you think of it?
It was excellent. They offered some nice beer and little appetizers, and then some reasonable food and a nice place to stay.
So we had a great supper and checked into some pretty good accommodations here. But check this out. It is raining hard. Next morning we got a shuttle down to the trailhead at Webster Cliff on the 302 as it's known. Hey folks, we're at the Webster Cliff Trailhead. We're going to start the this section of the AT, the Presidential Traverse. Excited?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And what happened our first day?
We weren't far down the trail before we got this guy who came up to us.
Yeah,
Pretty concerned about another hiker.
we got out of the shuttle, and this through hiker ran up to the shuttle driver. Hey man, there's a big problem. There's a guy in the trail causing lots of trouble. Okay. He came to us as we're walking up the trail. He told us all about this other hiker and said he's nothing but trouble. He's wanted, blah, 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 this and that, the other thing.
And he's a fast hiker.
He's a fast hiker, so he'll catch up to you. And he said he's been nothing but trouble, and he's been trying to get away from him for 3 days.
And he's coming this way.
He's coming this way. So we just started a nice little 5-day hike, and we think serial killers on our trail.
Pretty much.
And here we are alone. And so we never saw this guy for a couple days. So we eventually saw this guy at Lake of the Clouds hut. He seemed a bit odd, but you know, not threatening, not any harm to anybody else. So anyway, we kind of think the first guy was the guy who was having problems.
Could be.
Anyway, but we looked over our shoulder for those first 2, 3, 4 hours, wondering if trouble was coming behind us. Here we are, hiking in the rain. Just started this section of the AT this morning. It rained all night, raining hard right now. Climbing in the rain. Weather's supposed to improve a lot. We just had our first little Appalachian Trail experience. We had a hiker catch up to us and warn us about a guy who's coming up the trail, has warrants out. Sounds like he's mentally ill hanging out on the trail. Anyway, I hope he doesn't catch up with us too soon. Just one of those things. Hey, you like the rain?
I love this rain. So cool.
I think we climbed 2,000 feet in elevation that first crest on Webster Cliff. And when we got to the top, it was windy. We're almost at 3,500 feet. The forecast was for high winds today. Sustained 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. Gusts up to 85 miles an hour. It was crazy windy. This is crazy! Crazy windy! We're lucky the wind was blowing us onto the cliff, not off of it, because it was pretty crazy. This Sam Adams is a good beer, by the way. You should have had some. Very tasty. Hi there, checking in. I am just shy of the summit of Mount Jackson, our first peak above 3,000 feet. What a view! A little ways back, we summited Mount... What the hell was it? A little ways back, we summited Mount Webster, which was 3,910 feet, so not a true 4,000 footer. There's Carrie. Beautiful day. Windy, but a beautiful day. Alright, that's Mount Jackson. We're just coming down from it. Mishpah Hut is about a mile and a bit away. And we're finally out of the wind. We found our way to Mishpah Hut. Mitzpah Hut, I think people call it. It's a Hebrew word for watchtower, apparently. Very nice hut. Hey, this is the Mishpah Hut where we're going to stay tonight. Great accommodations, bunk beds, hot meal. Should be awesome. What'd you think of the hut?
Dedicated staff. put on some skits for us, give us excellent food. The lodgings, the bunks were good. I was happy with that. Huh?
Yeah, so the lodgings I thought were excellent. You sleep co-ed in bunk rooms, and everyone's got a bunk bed, and you eat family style at tables. The hospitality of the crew is who works there is fantastic. Having fun? And we start running into all different kinds of folks who have a similar or opposite itinerary as we do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So we met up with some folks and saw them again throughout our night.
Mm-hmm.